Hey guys, this is Karen Scott, God's child, and we're all God's child. And welcome to the Woke and Alert podcast. But I want to talk about today how, yes, the paradigm is changing, and we're about to enter a new earth, right? And what was the Great Awakening really about? What is this Great Awakening really about? To me, this Great Awakening is basically about us trying to remove the shadows and the traumas in order to tap into our godly like conscience and how we receive it and experience the success of connecting to our godly like conscience. So it's like God's children are like the new source, you know? Like, people don't realize what's really happening before our eyes. Like, so many things that is actually changing, like where we gonna be at in 10 years from now. Like, people don't see it, but it's happening right in our face. And some people are still stuck in the old ways, and then you have others that are trying to go forward in new ways, new regimes, new way of thinking, because most of us basically thought with the mentality of how our grandparents thought, how our parents thought, especially like when it come to voting. A lot of people voted for who their parents voted for who their grandparents voted for. Like, not going out there and gaining their own understanding and their own flavor, of what life they want to live, under what regime, under what ideology, But everyone does things in a different type of way, right? But everyone's success is defined differently depending on that individual's journey, right? But for me, this journey is showing me that God gets the glory for everything, because the evidence that he's showing me, like all the obstacles that been in my way, and I just never let go of his hand. And the more and more I put my faith in him, the more and more the obstacles are removed, because today I look forward for the approval of God, not the approval of man. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect, but I'm just trying to live with more of a godly like conscience. Like, is this godly? Like, is this humane? And people are going to judge you about that. But don't worry. People are going to judge you about the way you're changing, about the way you're thinking. They're going to come with their envying, their jealousy. But don't let none of this affect you. Don't let people affect you based on their thoughts. You have to live within the inner you, the inner self of how you connect with your godly like conscience. And trust and believe you me, that conscience will become stronger and stronger and stronger the more and more you lean on that. And you have to accept and embrace the fact that you live outside of the box. And it's okay. It's okay. Because Jesus Christ and many people who came here to be prophets or messengers, they were inflicted too, because they was trying to show us the light. But a relationship with God is something that you, within yourself, you have to build. People, once again, they can give you knowledge, they can give you information, but that's a relationship that has to be built one-on-one. Regardless of how you feel other people have done things, you have to live in your own light, within your own mission. And when you are outside the box, thinking outside the box starts becoming a way of life. But it's just making sure that you're more in touch with yourself and you in touch with God, like the living God, the God with this side of you that's within you. Like that straight alignment where there is no separation, there is no distance, no matter who tells you what. You're following your godly intuition. Because test and believe you me, things are going to change. And they are changing. So I just want to say for me, this whole journey, the Great Awakening and trusting the process was only to build the godly conscience that's within me. Within me. And what aligns for me to follow within the mission that God has for me and my journey. Remember, man is a part of the destruction of this world. So your loyalty can't go to men. It has to go to the Most High, for me, at least for me. And I just want to tell people, keep the faith, stay strong, God wins, and don't be afraid to follow your godly conscience, which is within you. This is God's child, and we're all God's children.